The key difference between goal achievers and goal setters is that goal achievers are goal setters who are consistent and determined to achieve their goals despite obstacles. And mere goal setters are people who kind of set their goals but might not get to achieve it. Of course, you watching this video will want to be one of the people or be amongst the goal achievers, right? And not just the goal setters. But what sets them apart? There are so many things that set goal achievers apart from goal setters. But there is one thing which is so key, and that is consistency. Guys, consistency. In this very insightful episode of Get Impeccable, we are going to be assimilating 4 vital tips on how to maintain consistency to realize all those goals. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay guys, we're here and we're going to get the 4 vital tips to maintain consistency. But before we get there, I want you to respond to this question. How did you get to maintain that routine you see yourself doing every single day? How did you get to, develop that particular pattern that you get to perform every single day? Have you ever wondered how you got to that point? Have you ever thought of, why do I do the things I do and why do I get to repeat some particular things I do? Now that is a very, very deep question, which might need you to take some time to meditate, reflect, and go back in time to see how well you get to form particular aspects of yourself. Truth is, what you do over and over turns to determine what you become. Alright, in order for us to adequately assimilate our tips, guys, we're going to use this acronym, RISK. RISK. Life is a risk. Each letter of the acronym RISK represents the first letter of the phrases or sentences of each tip. Now, tip number 1. Remind yourself of the goal. Guy, mother, ladies, guys, gents, children, mothers, fathers. If you want to really be consistent in what you want to do, right? The first thing is to remind yourself of the goal. I know if you're watching this video, you've set goals. And if you just said no to that, oh baby, please go set your goals. Because you cannot be, trying to reach somewhere where you don't have a map. Your goal is your map. And in order for you to get it, you gotta set it down. You gotta write it down, okay? All right, that aside. All right, so remind yourself of the goal. What is the goal? Each day you get up in the morning, you take that goal book and you read it. It ignites something in you. It serves as your motivation to keep going. Because the truth is, sometimes you get to forget those big goals you got to set at the moment where you had the energy, at the moment where you got the motivation. Like at the beginning of the year, everyone set the New Year resolutions. Have you reviewed those New Year resolutions? How often have you broken most of them? Guys, my dear people, fellow impeccable people, please do review your goals. Remind yourself of the goal. That stands for the R in risk. Remind yourself of the goal. What will be tip number 2? Tip number 2 is what I say almost all the time, which might sound cliche or too much repetition, but it's something really vital. And I'm just gonna paraphrase it. If you can do it now. Guys, there is power in the now. And I know you've gotten this from a lot of people, but one thing you should try to avoid is procrastination. It's a killer. It's it's a killer. Like time killer, theft, it just kills the dreams, it just kills the vitality of what you want to do. And I'm speaking this with so much passion and enthusiasm because I have witnessed the defects, the draining effects of procrastination. People, do not procrastinate, okay? So the second tip is, if you can do it, do it now. And that stands for the I in risk. Guys, if you can write that essay, why don't do it now? If you can start working on that project, that campaign, why not do it now? Why not start now? Doing it now doesn't mean you do everything, but just start, okay? Just start. Starting, just kickstart the engine, and it gets to fuel the car and give it the energy needed. Do it now. If you can do it now. And I'm not saying this to sound too motherly or parental, but I'm saying this because Get Impeccable got you, and we want you to get those dreams. We want you to become achievers. So if you want to do it now. And the now is very important. I would never overemphasize this, okay? Alright. Enough of the pressure. Don't get too pressured, okay? That's my serious me, but I usually joke a lot. Yeah. Okay, guys. The third tip of you becoming a goal achiever and not just remaining a goal setter is, guess, save the pleasure as a reward. Save the pleasure as a reward. This is literal. Like every word it is. It is what it is. You get. So save the pleasure for the reward. It's clear, guys. Okay, for instance, you want to go in for this project. I use a lot of projects because I know life is a project, So, and you have this, this panting, this desire to, just go for, let's just say, for some clubbing or whatever, some outing out there, and, to just drink and have some fun with your people. That's what you do for fun. And no one is going to judge you. That's what you do for fun. But this project is coming up and the deadline is reaching up. And you tell yourself, oh no, let me just go out for this drink. It's really important. Let me just go out for this drink. Well, I respect what you consider as important, but if you consider your life as a one of constant pleasure, then you become average and remain ordinary. And we're not looking for people who are ordinary babies. We're looking for the people who are impeccable, you get. So you gotta stand out extraordinary. So you don't say that you sacrifice something really vital for a very, I could just say very temporary or momentary time of pleasure. Saving the pleasure as a reward definitely means you have to reward yourself. When you do something and you get the impact, or even if you didn't get what you wanted to get, but just the fact that you put in the time, you put in the effort, you gave yourself the belief and the courage to go forth for it. Give yourself that pleasure of rewarding yourself. But do not start by rewarding yourself without even working. That's the S in risk. Save the pleasure for reward. Now, this last point is really, really important because, guys, I'm telling you, being a very sincere person, being really sincere, you have to motivate yourself. Okay, there'll be people who motivate you, true, but their motivation will easily fade away. The moment you don't have this intrinsic motivation, you are likely to give up. You're likely not to pursue that dream. You're likely not to, go on, and it hurts. We're just being too dramatic, but guys, keep motivating yourself. Keep motivating yourself. Tell yourself you can't. Remind yourself of how capable you are. Don't compare with other people. Oh my God, this one is a big one. While you're motivating yourself, the moment you start comparing with others, it kills the entire energy. I'm telling you this because I have seen what comparing with other people can do. It can drain you to the least, like you become totally empty and you feel you're worthless. And once you feel worthless, you are not worthy. Just keep motivating yourself. You know where you're going to, you know who you are, and you're in that part of purpose discovery. Keep motivating yourself, guys. There are very important devices or tools or people who get to help you motivate yourself. God should be your sole motivator. I mean, giving you another chance to see every new day, that's enough motivation to tell you that you're worthy. That's enough motivation to tell you that you should keep going through. Keep motivating yourself for the people who believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. But of course, you have to be the first believer, first fan of yourself. Keep motivating yourself. If you feel like you've been blessed to get those 4 vital tips of being consistent, please give this video a thumbs up, a like, subscribe if you haven't smashed that subscribe button, and share. Please, sharing is caring, sharing is loving. So congratulations for giving yourself the opportunity to grow, giving yourself the opportunity to become a better version of yourself and to get those dreams. Until next time, until seeing you in the next episode, until seeing you being a very good ambassador of Get Impeccable by sharing, I, Precious Anzine, remain your humble host. Alright guys, see you next time. Catch you. Bye.